Most people wake up each day hoping to be inspired, waiting for someone to speak life into them, waiting for something external to ignite their motivation. But the ones who truly shift the atmosphere are the ones who bring energy, not those who seek it. These people understand that their presence carries weight, that the way they walk into a room can either uplift it or drain it. They don't depend on the environment to dictate their minds, and they choose to show up with intention, discipline, and energy that reflects who they are, not what they're going through. This mindset creates influence that lasts long after words are forgotten. You see, the average person shows up hoping to receive. They walk into the room looking to be validated, to be noticed, to be encouraged, but the game changers, the purpose, driven, the impact makers, they walk in thinking, what can I give? That kind of posture changes the whole experience. It turns a quiet space into a place of courage. It transforms discouragement into hope. When you operate like that, people feel it. They may not even understand why, but something about your presence shifts them. That's not by accident. That's intentional energy, and it's rare. And here's what's powerful. You don't have to be perfect to bring that kind of energy. You just have to be present. You have to make a decision that no matter how tired, how stressed, how frustrated you may feel inside, you're still going to be a light. That doesn't mean you fake your struggles. It means you lead with love. It means you make people feel seen, heard, and empowered even while you're healing yourself. That's courage. That's strength. That's real influence. When you start living this way, you stop needing external motivation to show up. Your motivation becomes rooted in purpose. You no longer ask, what can I get today? Instead, you ask, who can I lift today? Who can I help breathe again? That switch is everything. It moves you from being reactive to being proactive. From being dependent to being dependable. That's the mark of a leader, not a title, not authority, not status, but energy, consistent life, giving, purpose-driven energy. So whether it's in your home, your job, your team, or just a random moment in public, you carry power. Your tone, your posture, your focus, it all matters. Because you might be the only light someone encounters that day. You might be the only reason they decide to keep going. That's why it's not about hype, it's about heart. It's about living with such clarity and conviction that your energy becomes a reflection of your purpose. Every day, you're either adding to the room or taking from it. So choose to be the one who gives. Choose to be the one who transfers strength when others feel weak. Be the reason someone remembers that greatness isn't always loud sometimes. It just walks in the room and changes everything. There will come a time in everyone's life when the applause stops, the recognition fades, and the spotlight moves on. The titles we once held, the positions we were proud of, the talents we were known for, they may be taken, lost, or simply become irrelevant. And when that happens, many people feel empty, they feel forgotten. But the truth is, that moment doesn't define your end, it reveals your core. When everything on the outside is stripped away, what's left is who you really are. That's where your true strength, your true identity, and your true energy begin to show. Most people associate their worth with what they do with their job, their platform, their performance. But when that's gone, when life hits and things change, they often feel like they've lost themselves. But the real ones, the people grounded in purpose, they understand that their value was never in the role. It was in the spirit they brought to it. You see, titles don't give you value, your heart does. Your commitment, your consistency. That's what truly makes you powerful, with or without a position. When I lost football, it felt like I lost everything. That was the dream. That was the platform. But I quickly realized what made me special wasn't the game, it was the energy I brought to the game. It was the attitude, the drive, the love, the leadership, and none of that was taken. Life might take your platform, but it can't take your character. It can't take your discipline. It can't take your heart. And when you really understand that, you become unshakable. You stop living in fear of losing things because your identity isn't tied to them. It's rooted in something deeper. This is why energy is everything. You can walk into a new environment, a completely different season, a hard moment, and still carry power. You can still uplift others, still bring leadership, still make an impact, and not because you're being praised for it, but because it's asterisk who you are asterisk. The way you treat people, the way you show up on time, the way you push even when no one's watching, that's your legacy. Not your highlight reel, not your resume, but your spirit, and that kind of energy, it can't be bought, it can't be faked, and it can't be taken away. So when you find yourself in a season of transition, when the familiar is gone and you're questioning your worth, remember this. The energy you carry has the power to rebuild everything. You may have lost a chapter, but you didn't lose your story. You may feel overlooked, but you're still equipped. Because what you give to the world, your love, your passion, your presence, that's what outlives the platform. That's what people remember. That's what truly changes lives. So keep bringing it, keep showing up. Even if you feel invisible, your energy still matters. Your purpose still moves. Your story is still being written, and it's only just beginning. There's a truth most people overlook. Energy speaks louder than words ever will. You can say all the right things, post all the motivational quotes, and preach positivity, but the way you live, the way you carry yourself, the way you make people asterisk feel asterisk, that's what leaves the mark. Your energy walks into the room before you even say a word. It communicates who you are, what you believe, and what kind of impact you're going to have, and it's not about hype. It's not about being the loudest or the most charismatic. It's about being asterisk, real asterisk, being rooted, being intentional in every single interaction. You never know who's watching you. You never know who's drawing strength from how you move through life. There are people observing how you navigate pain, how you handle pressure, how you bounce back from setbacks, and without even trying, you become a blueprint for resilience. You become an example that says, if they can keep going, maybe I can too. And the beauty is, you don't have to be perfect for that to happen. You just have to be honest, consistent, present. That's where real influence lies. We often chase influence through status, platform, and visibility. But the truth is, the most powerful influence comes from your daily energy, the way you treat the janitor and the CEO the same. The way you remain composed when everything's falling apart. The way you speak life into people who are on the edge of giving up. That kind of energy doesn't need a stage. It needs character. It needs humility. It needs a heart that says, I'm here for more than myself. When you choose to carry that energy, it becomes your silent testimony. People start to feel safe around you. They open up. They trust you not because you said something flashy, but because you showed up with consistency, because your energy told them you're dependable, because your presence felt like peace in a world full of chaos. That's legacy, that's impact, that's power without volume, and here's the thing, this energy you carry, it's a reflection of the work you've done in private. The hours of growth, the pain you've endured, the times you chose discipline over ease, it all adds up. It all gets transferred in your spirit. That's why some people walk into a room and everything shifts, because they've earned that energy. They've built it brick by brick in moments no one saw. So don't underestimate what you bring to the table. Don't assume you're not making a difference just because you're not being celebrated. Sometimes the greatest difference you make is in the quiet, in the way someone leaves you feeling seen, heard, and empowered. That's energy. That's presence. That's you living on purpose, even without a script. Because in the end, people won't always remember what you said, but they'll never forget how your energy made them feel. Life has a way of testing you when you least expect it. It'll hit you in ways you didn't prepare for: a sudden loss, a broken relationship, a failed plan, a dream that slips through your hands, and in those moments, everything in you wants to shut down. The fire you once had feels dim. The confidence you carried turns to doubt. And the question starts echoing in your mind. Do I still have what it takes? That's where real growth begins, not in the moments of celebration, but in the trenches when nobody's clapping, and you have to choose to keep bringing energy even when you feel completely empty. Pain doesn't ask for permission. It shows up and demands a response. And what separates the average from the exceptional is not who avoids pain, but who transforms it. Anybody can bring high energy when things are good. But what about when life knocks the wind out of you? Can you still show up with purpose? Can you still love people when your heart is breaking? Can you still serve when you're the one who needs healing? That's the measure of a warrior. That's the kind of energy that moves the world not because it's loud, but because it's asterisk real asterisk. There's something powerful about a person who's been through the fire but still chooses to bring light, who's faced disappointment but still chooses to encourage others. They've learned something that can't be taught. They've learned how to be steady in the storm. Their energy doesn't come from hype. It comes from healing. It comes from scars that remind them they've survived worse. And because of that, they're not shaken by the wind. They anchor others in it. They don't need applause to keep going. They've already decided their why, and no circumstance is going to change that. This kind of energy isn't about being perfect or pretending everything's okay. It's about making a decision. No matter how hard life gets, I'm not going to become bitter. I'm not going to turn cold. I'm not going to stop loving. I'm going to keep showing up with strength, with peace, with integrity. Because I understand that my pain doesn't disqualify me. It equips me. It gives me compassion. It gives me wisdom. It gives me depth. And now when I walk into a room, I don't bring empty hype. I bring truth. I bring resilience. I bring perspective that was earned through the struggle. So the next time life hits you hard, remember, your greatest power isn't in your ability to avoid pain. It's in your ability to rise from it and still bring energy that builds others. Still speak life. Still walk in purpose, because the most inspiring people in the world aren't the ones who never got knocked down. They're the ones who got back up and brought something back with them. That's the kind of energy that doesn't just survive the storm, it leads others through it . Every single day, you're given opportunities to impact the lives of others, not always through grand gestures or public moments, but through simple, intentional acts of presence. The way you speak, the way you listen, the way you respond when no one else does, these are all chances to transfer energy that uplifts and strengthens someone else. You may not always see the effect immediately, but the truth is, your energy has a ripple. It goes farther than you think. It can turn someone's doubt into belief, someone's hesitation into courage, someone's despair into hope, and that's what makes every moment matter. You don't need to have a perfect story to be powerful. You don't need to wait until you've made it to start giving what you have. What you've already lived through, the lessons you've learned, the strength you've built through adversity, that's all valuable. That's the kind of energy that's needed in rooms full of uncertainty. That's the kind of energy that speaks louder than noise, that reaches deeper than surface-level positivity. People aren't looking for flawless, they're looking for real . And when you show up with authenticity, even when things aren't ideal, people feel that, they trust it, they respond to it. Sometimes it's just your willingness to sit with someone in silence. Sometimes it's offering a word of encouragement that seems small to you, but means the world to them. That's what transferring energy looks like. It's the decision to be intentional, to walk into environments thinking, who can I pour into today? Instead of what can I get out of this? It's a shift in mindset that separates leaders from followers, givers from takers, and contributors from consumers. And here's the beautiful thing, the more energy you give, the more you grow. It doesn't drain you when it comes from the right place. When your energy is rooted in purpose, in love, in service, it becomes a cycle that refuels itself. The more you pour into others, the more you find strength in yourself. You start to realize that your life isn't just about achieving goals, it's about building people . It's about making someone else's path a little easier, their load a little lighter, just because you decided to show up with intention. Legacy isn't built on what you kept to yourself. It's built on what you gave away. And your energy, your mindset, your resilience, your presence is one of the greatest gifts you can offer. So be the person who speaks life when others stay silent. Be the one who encourages when everyone else walks by. Be the light in the room no matter how dark it feels. Because in the end, it won't be your accomplishments people remember most, it will be how you made them feel . And if your energy can inspire just one person to believe in themselves again, then you've already made more of a difference than most ever will.